Hello, my name is Sharon Pruitt. In this video, I will demonstrate how to conduct an independent samples t-test in SPSS to determine whether there is a statistically significant difference in district enrollment between Region 1 and Region 5. I will begin by checking the assumptions of normality and homogeneity of variance, proceed with independent samples t-test, and conclude with an interpretation of the results, including effect size. First, I am checking the assumption of normality by examining histograms for enrollment in each region. I do that by going to Data, select Cases, clicking Region if condition is satisfied. If I move region into the regions box, we have region equals 1. Move that again. Click Continue. OK. Then I go to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies. Make sure my click Enroll. It moves into the Variables box. Go to Chart. Make sure Histograms is clicked on and check Show Normal Curve on Histogram. Click Continue. OK. Note we have 72 districts in Region 1. And for Region 1, the histogram shows a right-skewed distribution with several large enrollment outliers. However, because the sample size is relatively large, the independent samples t-test is robust to violations of normality. For Region 5, we would do the same thing. We must make sure we delete filter for Region 1. Go to Data, select Cases, Region, click on. Make sure we've got the check by if condition is satisfied. If, rather than Region 1 this time, we are wanting to determine the information for Region 5. So region equals 5. Actually, we have to click on region, move it over, and region equals 5. Since I've done it before, we have this data already in there. Continue. OK. Then we go to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies. Enroll has already been moved into the enroll variable box. We go to Charts, check, make sure histograms is checked, and show normal curve on the histograms. Hit Continue and OK. And we get our statistics for Region 5. You see there are 23 districts there. And for Region 5, the histogram appears approximately bell-shaped with no extreme outliers, suggesting acceptable normality. Overall, although Region 1 shows some skewedness, the assumption of normality is considered adequately met for the purposes of this analysis. Now we must go back and remove the filter once again so we can run our t-test to determine the homogeneity of variance, Levene's test. We go to Analyze, Compare Means and Proportions, and click on Independent Samples t-test. We move our enrollment variable into the test variable box and region. We'll click on region and move it into the group and variables box. And note you have the 2 question marks. So we'll have to define groups. We know that group 1 will represent region 1 and group 2 will represent region 5. I also we click continue. Note that our groups have been defined. I went to options just to make sure the confidence interval percentage was set at 95, and it was. Once we've defined groups, we want to make sure we have a check beside homogeneity of variance test and also estimate effect sizes. Click OK, and we have our group statistics shown above with our region 1 and region 5, the mean for each one of those 72 districts in region 1 as opposed to 23 districts in region 5. The mean for region 1 and region 5, standard deviation, and our standard error mean. We'll examine the homogeneity of variance assumption using Levene's test. Levene's test for equality of variance is statistically significant, with F equaling 6.71, I round that up, and P is 0.011. Because this p-value is less than 0.05, the assumption of equal variances is not met. Therefore, I will interpret the t-test results using the equal variances not assumed row. We have here in the independent samples t-test equal variances assumed as opposed to equal variances not assumed. We will use this row, and we see that the independent samples t-test indicate that there is a statistically significant difference in district enrollment between region 1 and region 5 when equal variances are not assumed. T times 77.27 equals 2.83, and our p-value is 0.006. We've already shown the means. We see that the mean in region 1 is 2,353.75, whereas the mean in region 5 is only 987. So the mean is much larger in region 1 than region 5. Standard deviation can be compared as well. 4,005.163 for region 1, 490.22229 for region 5. Because the p-value is less than 0.05, I reject the null hypothesis. Now, to evaluate the practical significance of this difference, I examine the effect size using Cohen's d. Cohen's d was calculated as 0.39, rounded up, which represents a small to moderate effect size. This indicates that while the difference in enrollment between the two regions is statistically significant, the magnitude of the difference is modest in practical terms. In summary, although the assumption of equal variances are violated, the independent samples t-test using corrected degrees of freedom revealed a statistically significant difference in enrollment between Region 1 and Region 5 with a small to moderate effect size. This concludes my video.